Chapter 20. In the warm weather months, Sunday night at dusk was Mead's favorite hour of the week. He didn't have to work at the bar, didn't have to get aggravated watching Elisa Blake flaunt herself on the news, and he could clear his mind by concentrating on his other passion, bats. Since childhood, Mead had been fascinated with the world's only flying mammals. He remembered his mother hysteric when she discovered that bats were nesting in the attic of their modest home. She had made Mead's father go up there during the day and hammer the tiny creatures while they slept. Mead had been only 7 years old, but he could still recall the brutality of it. Young Cornelius identified with the maligned, misunderstood night creatures. Yes, they were scary at first, menacing looking with their webbed wings, flying with their mouths wide open, but was he learned from the library books he checked out after the hammering episode, their open mouths were the way they saw the insects they ate. Echolation, it was called. A flying bat sent out a stream of clicks through its open mouth. By listening by listening the echoes that came back, the bat could tell where another object was, how big it was, how fast it was moving. Mead had tried to explain to his mother that the bats were good for them. They lived near the Marshall, New Jersey's meadowlands, where mosquitoes and other insects thrived. The bats were a natural pesticide. His mother had stared at him as if he were strange, but she was always doing that. The nuns yelled at him when he chose bats for the subjects of his book reports. The other kids said his bat fixation was weird. So Cornelius stopped talking about bats, but he kept learning about them. And as soon as he moved out of his parents' home, he bought a boat house, erecting it on a 15-foot pole in a clearing in the woods behind his apartment building, making sure the Gooden house would be able to get at least the 6 hours of direct sunlight it needed during the day. First, he bought a common single chambered house that could hold 50 beds. After that was filled, he ordered a larger, multi-chamber design that could contain a nursery colony of 200. The bats gave birth just once a year, one pup at a time. The babies feed on their mother's milk for about 6 weeks before they were weaned. In the springtime, Mead could wait in the clearing until the adult bats flew out at night in search of food, and then approach the house, seeing the tiny bald pups clustered together helplessly inside. Mead felt sad as he lounged at the edge of the clearing on his late summer evening, anticipating the emergence of the bats as they flew out to feed in the night sky. Soon the cold weather will set in and the bats will leave for the winter. They will fly to caves and mines up to 100 miles away and go into hibernation, hanging in their characteristic upside down position, their body temperature dropping and their breathing and heart rate slowing down. In their sleeping state, they will use very little energy and could live through the winter months when food was scarce. He will miss his ginged miseries, but he consoled himself with the knowledge that they will be back next year. An average bat could live 15 years, some as long as 34, if someone didn't hammer them.